it may very well be us that meet our end here today, because that man holds the power to destroy the very world. Hello and welcome to One Piece 101, the series that breaks down everyone and everything in the One Piece world. Today we're having a look at the legendary pirate Edward Newgate, better known as Whitebeard. Edward Newgate was first introduced in the series as the strongest man in the world, and for very good reason. Whitebeard was a contemporary and strong rival to the Pirate King Gol D. Roger, and is widely considered to be the only person in the world to have matched the former Pirate King. Why their rivalry began is unknown, but the two of them grew to have great respect for one another, to the point where, on his farewell tour, Roger revealed the secret of the Will of D to Whitebeard, as well as offered to tell him how to get to the hidden island of Rough Tell. Whitebeard refused the latter offer, having no interest in following in Roger's footsteps. This is because Edward Newgate had a unique dream amongst pirates. He never particularly wished for fame, power, or treasure, but all he really wanted from the seas was a family. This is reflected in his pirate crew, where individual members are referred to as sons and daughters. His crew consists of over 1,600 direct members, with one division commander per 100 people, as well as 43 other allied pirate crews. And despite this massive number, he really does love and treat every one of them as his family, sometimes to his detriment. He also has no real grudge against anybody for their particular history prior to meeting him. For example, the son of Gol D. Roger and Luffy's brother Ace set out to kill Whitebeard as a young pirate. He challenged Whitebeard and lost. However, impressed by his abilities, Whitebeard offered Ace the chance to become one of his sons, which Ace accepted in exchange for letting the rest of his former crew go free. When Ace did eventually reveal that he was Roger's son, Whitebeard showed complete indifference, stating that we are all sons and daughters of the sea. Whitebeard was given the title of strongest man in the world for several reasons. First and foremost, due to his devil fruit, the GURA no Mi, which gives the user the ability to create extraordinarily strong vibrations. This power initially manifests itself as cracks in reality and results in the creation of vibrations powerful enough to cause earthquakes and tsunamis. It is widely considered to be the strongest fruit in the Paramecia class, and is rumored to have the power to literally destroy the world. In addition to his devil fruit, Whitebeard is one of the rare characters in the series who has mastered all three types of haki, those being observation, armament, and conquerors. He has also proven to be an exceptional wartime strategist, easily matching the likes of Fleet Admiral Sengoku. For all of the above reasons, Whitebeard was considered to be one of the 4 emperors of the New World in his time. And even if you take all of the aforementioned away, Whitebeard maintains his title of being the strongest man in the world because, well, he is physically the strongest character we've ever seen, at least in the timeline of Luffy's story. And one of the saddest things is that we'll never know how strong he really was in his prime. At the time we meet him in One Piece, he is 72 years old, clearly very ill and on the verge of death. Despite this, he was still undeniably the strongest man in the world. The entire first half of One Piece builds up to Whitebeard's final moments in the background. To keep things concise, Marshal D. Teach, who was serving on Whitebeard's crew, killed a division commander named Thatch in order to attain a certain devil fruit known as the Yami Yami no Mi. Ace was infuriated with this action and set off to take revenge on Teach by himself. Having eventually found Teach, now known as Blackbeard, they fought and Ace convincingly lost. Blackbeard handed him over to the world government, leading Whitebeard to conduct an assault on the Marine headquarters of Marineford to rescue Ace. This event would become known as the Paramount War. Throughout this war, there was no single individual who could match Whitebeard one-on-one, and he was able to easily dispatch some of the strongest characters we've met in the series to date. His efforts would unfortunately amount to nil though, as Ace was killed by Akainu while protecting his brother Luffy. Whitebeard took swift retribution against Akainu and was then met with the one who had betrayed him, Blackbeard. Now remember when I said Whitebeard loving all of his crew as family would sometimes be to his detriment? Well, in this case it literally led to his death. Whitebeard easily outclassed Teach and had a very clear opening to kill him. However, Whitebeard still considered Teach to be his son. Teach then used this to his advantage, as he and his crew proceeded to strike the killing blow against the strongest man in the world. Whitebeard used his final words to mimic the legacy of his old rival Roger, and exclaimed that the One Piece does indeed exist, refueling the fire of the great age of piracy. It should be noted that in addition to having half of his face blown off and taking a magma fist to the chest, Whitebeard took a total of 267 sword wounds, 152 bullet shots, and 46 cannonballs before finally being brought down. It was also particularly noted that his back had never received a single scar, as over the course of his career as a pirate, he had never once run away. He and Ace were buried side by side in the New World, closing the book on the legend that is Whitebeard.